My name's Wayne Quilliam. I'm an Aboriginal artist from beautiful Tasmania. We're down here at Art Mob down on the waterfront in Hobart, and we're standing in front of one of my artworks that Euan commissioned me to do after winning the National Photographic Portrait Award in Canberra for 2022. Behind me is a young man, a young Araku man called Eric Yunkampora, and I was at the Laura Dance Festival last year when I was standing beside him on the Bungle. So Bungle is a traditional ceremonial ground in far north Queensland where the performers come on, they sing, they dance, they conduct ceremony. And I was standing next to Eric and I looked across and I said, I know you, brother, you're so familiar to me. And he said, yeah, we know you too. He says, you photographed my father and my grandfather and my aunties. We just had a bit of a yarn before he went out to perform, and I said, brother, I'm just going to grab a couple of quick photos. And he turned around and I looked at him and I said, just go back a couple of steps under this beautiful set of gum trees into the shade. And I took these photographs. And as we were standing there, the festival went on, we spent 4 or 5 days with my family out there. And I come back and the National Photographic Awards was coming up, and I'd entered them for many years, but it never quite got there. But my wife said to me, she said, listen, you really need to put this portrait of Eric in. And I submitted it, and fortunately enough, it was judged as the best in the country for this year, which was extremely happy. We went up to Canberra, we gracefully accepted the prize, and when the prize was done, we're donating it back to community. So the continuity of culture through using technology is so important, the continual storytelling of what we do. I then decided that the photograph needed a special essence to it. It needed to move into a different area. So I started to utilise different techniques, and I called the mob up in Arakoon and I talked to the uncles and aunties, and we went up and met with the old man, the last initiated man in Arakoon, and I talked to him about painting the artworks, about embedding the artworks with traditional ochres and dyes and sand from their community. And I took my daughter up there and we filmed him for a show. And they sang us a song under the initiation tree, which is actually a very special treat for us. They then gave us ochre and feathers and sand and from community, from country, which, as we can see now, is in this beautiful artwork. I started to create different art using different textures, but I could only do it when I talked to community. I could only do it when it came from, not so much I just went out and painted or created it. It came from a time where I needed to share the culture and to share the stories from that community. And each of the artworks I've created comes from different stories that were told from that one community. The beautiful thing about it now is that Eric and his family have now benefited gratefully from this exposure, because people are now wanting to know more about country, more about culture, from, in particular, that Arakoon area in far north Queensland. And I'm hoping everyone enjoys it. Hopefully, special stories of the particular parts of Eric's body painting, the feathers, and also this here is a traditional throwing stick. It's also used for a variety of different purposes. And you'll notice up here where the feathers, the traditional ceremonial dresses, the aunties, they make the material where the feathers are then, it's like a natural adhesive, a natural glue that's used from the gum tree to stick the feathers into the headdress, which are then painted with special ochre paint, which will go on to, and it's used for different ceremonies. But as you'll see, the dots on the face and the markings all come from different tribal groups with different meanings. The wonderful thing about this is the first time I've painted these. No one else in country or the world has these. So apart from the original print, these are the first creations that I've created using a multimedia technique. And the reason it's so special to me is and Euan gave me a fantastic break I think 20 odd years ago, that he put confidence and faith in me, that he created a special show at his another space down here in Salamanca. And Euan was one of the first ones to ring me and congratulate me and said, Wayne, I want you to create something special. I need you to create something that will tell the story. And I've just popped down to here. I've come down from Melbourne down to Hobart. I rocked up and Euan was in the gallery. I laid them out and he said, this is what I want. This is just amazing timing. And the last little bit of this story is I just went back to my mum's place and she brought out a diary that I'd done 20 odd years ago as well. She said, remember this? And the first page I opened up to, and this is unbelievable, the first page I opened up to was Eric's dad, of the photograph that I took 20 odd years ago, him painting up the young ones. They were there and I'm thinking, if there's not something to this, it's the big circular storytelling that keeps coming back, and it doesn't happen once in a while, it happens all the time. It's just incredible journey we're on. Can't wait for the next iteration.
This is a fabulous opportunity that we've got here. It's quite a surprise to see Wayne rock into the gallery today. I was the first person to congratulate him on his award there in Canberra. It's no mean award to win a National Portrait Prize, particularly of a $50,000 magnitude. So congratulations again there, Wayne.
Thank you, brother.
But it's wonderful timing for us to put, I think, an incredibly special exhibition together to end 2022 with. So we're very, very grateful for Wayne to bring this amazing series of works in. Just wait till you see them on the web and on the wall. Thanks very much.